for both crime and politics, with affluenza teen Ethan Couch apparently on the run, and three Republican candidates look like they are now breaking out from the crowd, with Steve Eager bailing on us tonight.
He's in the penalty box.
That's exactly where he is. He's been on Santa's naughty list. That's why. We've got the most flexible 4 minutes in TV news, the Fox 4 with Ben
I like
Ferguson.
how you phrase that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, Mark Jones says he always throws some sort of adjective in there to get you to react. So there you go. All right, listen, the most important question tonight, Ben. Do you have your Star Wars ticket?
I do not, but I am definitely planning on seeing it. So do not tweet at me the ending because I will call you out for that. Please, I beg of you.
All right, no spoilers for
No
Ben.
spoilers there.
Awesome. All right, so let's move on to Ethan Couch, because so many people are talking about this kid and his mom.
Yeah.
What is it about this case that is just driving people crazy? I mean,
well, it's the fact that, one, they got it wrong. You have to have accountability, and the claim was so insane in the beginning that somehow this kid, because his parents were so wealthy, therefore he shouldn't be held accountable for his actions. What ended up happening is what most people expected from a rich kid with parents that would give this claim. He thought he got away with it, and his parents allowed him to be living like he got away with it instead of living with the consequences for your actions. When you do something like this, society has a responsibility to do the right thing with our judicial system, and we did not. And this kid went out, had a great time, walked around, I'm sure, a little bit cocky and arrogant, like I just got away with something massive. And now we see his mom aiding and abetting him. I hope she gets in as much trouble as he is. And I think now there's no doubt that this young man should be in jail for quite some time.
Well, listen, bottom line of all this, 4 people lost their lives.
They died. He got away with
horrible.
murder, and he acted like it, like a cocky, arrogant human being does. And his parents are to blame for this as much as he is. But this mom, she should be going to jail for a long time for aiding and abetting him right now.
All right, well, we're going to keep watching that story. Everybody's watching. Their faces are everywhere. Kind of like the faces of the trio from the debate.
Yeah.
We got Trump, Cruz, and Rubio. They're breaking out, right?
It is, and it's very interesting to see the bromance on stage between Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. I mean, Donald Trump had a perfect opportunity to go after Ted Cruz, and it was obvious that they have had a nice long conversation before the debate that they are not going to go after each other in public. And I think what you see here is, one, there's some respect for one another, but I also think they realize that both of them could be very valuable to one another depending on who ends up in first and second place. And I think if you're Donald Trump, you have to look at Ted Cruz, especially with the SEC strategy, especially with Texas. He would be a huge asset to your campaign if he does continue to lead the way he is. I also think that what you're going to see now is you're probably going to see Ted Cruz win Iowa, and that's going to turn this race upside down. And then after that, you've got others like Marco Rubio. He had an okay debate, but he was playing defense after almost everyone in the top 5 was coming after him. And usually he gets a bump after these debates. I don't think you're going to see it this time.
Well, listen, people are now going to take a break from the debates.
Yeah.
Last one for the year. And holiday breaks start. How do you like that segue? That
I like that. Holiday breaks.
Holiday
well done.
breaks.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm learning from Steve Eager. Which the kids are needing a break from school now. I think administrators too. You've got all these threats going on. DISD getting this email threat.
Yeah.
And so LA shutting down schools. New York didn't. What is going on, Ben?
Well,
copycat. I mean,
you're certainly just copycats, but I do think that the school districts and law enforcement need to get together before the end of the year, and there needs to be a very clear policy that if you do make a bogus threat against our schools, there is going to be a higher level of coming after you and a higher level of laws that are being broken because there's too many of these people that do these things. First of all, it's a fear issue, and that's terrible. It also just puts everything on lockdown. It puts people on edge, and we need to make sure that people that are being just flat out stupid and ignorant, putting out fake threats on the internet, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it may be, to get out of a class, get out of a test, we need to make sure that every student understands that there is going to be a new level of accountability for your actions when it comes to threats. You'll be treated like you are some sort of terrorist when you do this, and we're not going to put up with it. And I hope the school districts get together and make this very clear to every student there come January 1 that if you mess around with this stuff, it's going to be much worse than a suspension.
See, that'll be great, Ben, if and when that happens, because right now they're getting the emails and they're not getting anybody to go with those emails. So
yeah. And they need, look, you've got to investigate this stuff because obviously now we don't know what's fake and what's real until after the fact. But again, we have to send a clear message to students that you cannot make these types of claims, or people in society. There's got to be a higher level of accountability. Otherwise, we're going to see this keep going on and on and on, and it disrupts the classroom, and it also puts parents and students on edge.
That's horrible. It's a bad feeling. All right.
It certainly is.
Ben, we appreciate it. I'm glad you're going to see Star Wars.
I'll let you know. I won't spoil it for you.
Okay, thank you. All right, you can join Ben's 500,000 followers on Twitter at Ben Ferguson Show. Ben's also at facebook.com/The Ben Ferguson Show. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.